stopped by an ethnic supermarket this evening on the way home from work to do some shopping. And on a whim, I asked the butcher if he carried lamb's heads because of a recipe that I saw on YouTube. And he walked me over to one of the display cases, and lo and behold, they had one goat's head. Or actually, this is lamb's head, so I guess I could have sworn he said it was a goat's head, but the label says lamb head. This is one lamb head in its entirety. It cost $4.99 for one piece, total price. So this lamb head, or lamb's head, whatever, it's basically $5. I had him cut it down the middle so that I could access the tongue, the brain, etc. on the inside. I don't have a saw to cut the head with, or any kind of bone saw, and I don't have the patience for that. But luckily, your friendly neighborhood butcher is more than happy to assist you. Quite frankly, as I saw him putting the head across the band saw that they used to cut large pieces of meat and bone, I got a little scared because his hand and arm seemed to come very close to that blade. So, and this is not something you don't want to try at home. I mean, the butcher has the equipment to cut the head from along the top line here, so that you can access the tongue and the brain on the inside. So basically, I have two halves of a lamb's head. I am going to cook one half of this head by broiling it in the oven. And quite literally, all I'm going to do is, I have a pan here that I lined with aluminum foil. I'm going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees for 2 hours, cover it with some olive oil and oregano, salt, pepper, etc. Don't have any garlic because I didn't buy any. And I'm not really that much of a garlic fan. I can take it or leave it when it comes to garlic. But in this case, preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Put the lamb's head half or halves, if you're going to cook both pieces, in the oven. Doesn't matter if it's face down or face up or whatever. Cook it for 2 hours, literally. I mean, that's it. That is it. You're taking a piece of meat and bone and broiling it for 2 hours. And once the time period is up, you're done. So the other half of the lamb's head I'm going to cook in a tomato stew at some other time. Basically what I'll do with that is I'll simply take the other half of the lamb's head, I'll boil it in a large pot for 1 hour to soften the meat. And then I'm going to put more water back in the pot and put in onions, tomato sauce, tomato paste, tomato halves or wholes or whatever, cayenne pepper, paprika, salt, pepper, oregano, and basically I think 2 or 3 ladles worth of olive oil, and then let that boil at a medium heat until the water reduces. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I was looking at some other YouTube videos, and I came across some YouTube videos of lamb's heads being cooked. I mean, you can cook it as a stew, which I will do at a later date. This evening, I'm taking the easy way out. Preheat an oven to 400 degrees. Pop this guy in a pan that's been lined with aluminum foil. Put some olive oil. Cut up an onion. Spread it around. Salt, pepper, oregano. If I get the urge, maybe some cayenne pepper and paprika, and leave it in for 2 hours, and then when the time is up, you pull it out and eat. The lamb's head is going to have the tongue, is going to have the brain. People will also eat the back of the eye, and of course the meat on the cheek. Don't forget to rinse out the lamb's head. Make sure there aren't any leftover hairs. Actually, there shouldn't be. The skin's been taken off, but basically you get the idea. And it really is that simple. When I return, it'll be after the 2 hour cooking period. Stay tuned. Actually, I wanted to give you a better look at the head. This, of course, is the inside, the top, the front, the back, the bottom. You can see the veal brain here. I'm sorry, not veal, lamb brain here. Half of the tongue. This is nothing here. This is just the sinuses. This is absolutely nothing here. You don't eat this. On the other side, of course, you've got the meat along the cheek and the bottom, and of course the eye. So just wanted to give you a look at the lamb's head before I popped it in the oven. I did rinse this out, of course, and that is what it looks like. So going to put it in the foil-lined sheet, put some olive oil on it, spices, etc., and pop it in the oven. One last look. The inside, the brain. This is the, you don't eat this. This is the nose, of course, the teeth. You don't eat all this, but it's got the tongue. Turn it over, and you've got the cheek meat and the eye. It's been about let's see. Actually, it's been close to 50. It's about 50 minutes. 50 minutes since I put this in. I'm thinking maybe as a first experiment, this is on too high. Actually, I'm going to take this out. Hang on a second. Okay, this lamb's head was in the oven for 50 minutes at 400 degrees. Recipe that I saw on YouTube basically said to put it in for 2 hours. I think this could stand a bit more cooking. I'm going to turn it over. I don't think it's 100% ready, but I'm not sure if the here's the brain. Well, the brain looks nice. The brain looks nice. I am going to have to make a decision. I'm going to probably pop it back in for a while longer. But I wanted to take it out to show it to you how this looked at the 50-minute mark. Okay, the verdict is that for the meat to be done, when you put a fork into the meat, the cheek meat or the exterior, the fork has to go in really smoothly. The meat is really sort of a bit rubbery at the moment. So the verdict is put it back in the oven for another hour and literally walk away because it'll cook itself. Now, while I had the lamb's head out and was checking it out, the brain pretty much fell out. The brain's done for all intents and purposes. This is what it looks like. That brain half. This is what the other side looks like. But I'm not going to have this now. I'm going to let it cool. And quite frankly, prefer brains bread. Well, I'll have a little bit right now. Very light, with a livery aftertaste. Well, that's the thing with brain, any kind of brain. I had veal brain last weekend, and now, of course, this is half of the lamb's brain. It's soft meat, melts in your mouth like butter, and it has a livery taste to it. Livery taste, livery aftertaste. But the verdict for the lamb's head is it's going to stay in at 400 degrees for another hour. So that is that. Okay, it's been about another hour. Woo, steam. Okay. Oh, I need some light. Okay, I turned the head so that the outside is facing down. That way, it would the meat of the cheek and the outside would stay moist from the drippings in the foil there. Let's take this out and see how it's turned out so far. Oops. Okey-dokes. Oh, it's sticky. That's something wrong with that. Let me put this down for a sec. There you have it. There's the, of course I took some meat off of here earlier to taste test it. Oh yeah, look at that. It goes right in. It goes right in the meat. It goes right in. It goes right in. And it's got some drippings. Oh, the tongue, especially the tongue. The tongue is right here. As you can see, here's the tongue. The tongue is cooked. The fork is going right into the meat like it's butter. Oh, so this is done. And actually, I'm going to try a little bit. I'm going to try a little bit right now. One moment. Yeah. Lamb. Yeah. Congratulations. Well, here's the eyeball, or what's left of it. We have a gooey mess. Let's give it a taste. I wonder if the lens is in here. Here we go. Let's give this a taste. Very like cartilage. Not bad. So, anyway, get yourself lamb head. Have the butcher take the saw and cut it in half so that it looks like, you know, from the top. So you've got two pieces. Put it in the pan with foil. Drench it in olive oil, salt, pepper, oregano. I put some paprika too. Some people put garlic and onions and blah blah blah. It's up to your own personal taste, but this really doesn't need anything. And remember to put it with the outside part facing down. That way, the drippings, which this is all good stuff right here. This oil, it's part olive oil and part fat from the lamb's head. You could use this to fry eggs or whatever. I mean, or dip bread in. This is good stuff. But keep it like this while it's cooking with the meat, the cheek side down, so that the meat does not dry out. Anyway, that's it. And yes, it's that easy to cook a lamb's head. It is that easy because all you have to do is basically have the butcher cut it in half with a saw, bring it home, rinse it out, put it in the pan with some oil, salt, pepper, oregano, paprika, or whatever you want to put in it, and then put it in an oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours, cheek side down, and you're done. It is that simple. Take care.